In about an hour from now, the members of parliament in Zimbabwe are set to convene following the orders that were issued by Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, the president of Zimbabwe, who stands to benefit from the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. Remember, the bill sets out that Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa's term would be extended with 2 years. It also elongates the term of office for the president of Zimbabwe. So he's the first and the most beneficiary of this bill, and he is conflicted in some way by actually ordering parliament. What can you expect from Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa? That is the character of him. In fact, this bill is a product of his bedroom, amongst other litany of plans that they have launched to make sure that their family stays in power forever. If they are allowed to continue with their plans. Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So members of parliament are expected to gather at around 2:15 to finalize the constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026, and Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa is expected to sign this bill and aware that the short-term plan is to make sure that his wife takes control of government by the end of next month, that is July. It's starting, I think, tomorrow, if I am not mistaken. We have begun to see a lot of actually protest, particularly from the faction of retired General Chiwenga. As we are speaking, I know that there are legal challenges that are being mounted against members of parliament. You would remember that this illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026, when it was being passed through parliament, we saw Citizens Coalition for Change members voting for ZANU-PF, and we saw Wicknell Chivayo donating cars as well as also monies giving to the members of parliament who showed publicly interest to support the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. So there is evidence of members of parliament being given these gifts right at the moment when they were expected to pass this bill. And also, we know for sure now that each member of parliament ahead of that bill was given an amount amounting to 10,000 US dollars, and they were promised about 30,000 US dollars if they make sure that the bill sails through each one of them, even though most of them did not receive those monies. Some of them, they were stuck in Harare waiting for those monies after passing the bill. That is actually ZANU-PF for you. So the constituencies are planning to launch legal challenges against these corrupt members of parliament in almost all constituencies, and this is spearheaded obviously by none other than the retired General Chiwenga faction. As soon as the detail of this comes through, definitely will be shedding some more light. They are looking forward to launch legal challenges, but one do these legal challenges at this moment matter? Are they a good strategy? Mnangagwa have shown that he does not actually consider these legal challenges because he controls the judicial system of Zimbabwe. He can actually instruct them to dismiss these challenges based on technicalities, and that would be it. We saw him days leading to the passage of this illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026, doing the same thing. The Constitutional Court in Zimbabwe reconvening and dismissing all the cases that were standing on the way of Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. So the question is, what exactly has changed? I hope it's a strategy that is not, in fact, I just strongly believe that it is not the sole strategy. There are other strategies that are being employed. And in my view, I'm just thinking that maybe this is a strategy to also legalize the coup, which in my view is brewing behind the scenes. There is definitely a coup that is brewing behind the scenes. It would not take the shape or the form of the 2017 military intervention. This time around, it may take another different shape. Remember, when you are carrying out a military coup, you have to make sure that at least the SADC buys into that coup, and at least the members of the international community buys into that coup. And above all, you have to prevent as much as possible bloodshed of the innocent citizens of Zimbabwe. We are aware, according to the details that have been put on the public domain by Nox Chivero, that Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is going all out, using countries like Russia as well as Belarus to train people and also to hire private military personnel to make sure that his dreams becomes a reality. When it comes to Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, he is advancing. He is making some advancement. Is the retired General Chiwenga faction making some advancement? So far, we know that it has been trying to make some advancements that may only stall or that actually spare Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa to try and quick process this illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. But as I keep on saying, I think the strategy by Chiwenga, he has been receiving a lot of setback. It is meant to try and legalize what they are planning to do, but also time is racing against time, because Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is equally aware that he is actually, they are racing. In fact, that is why he told the retired military generals that let the winner wins, because he understands that he is in a competition. He wants to make sure that he creates a legacy of Mnangagwa dynasty in Zimbabwe, turn Zimbabwe from a republic into a family dynasty. And on the other hand, Chiwenga wants also to take over and stop Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa from creating a dynasty. Will he also, when he gets into power, tend to be an Dambudzo Mnangagwa? That remains guesswork to all of us. But at the moment, the emergence, the aspect of this political problem currently being the order of the day in Zimbabwe is to try and make sure that Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa is stopped at whatever cost, so Zimbabweans can breathe whilst watching the next person, ZANU-PF person, that will take over, and with the hope that that particular person will bring the much anticipated and envisaged political change in Zimbabwe, because it is quite clear opposition, in spite of the only mechanism or the strategy that is employed by the opposition is to actually exercise peaceful protest, context elections, something that Mnangagwa has frustrated and shown beyond any reasonable doubt that this is a strategy that cannot work in Zimbabwe. Of course, Robert Gabriel Mugabe was not as confrontational as Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa into democracy in terms of assaulting democracy. He would sometimes, if you go to police, grant you permission to march. We saw marches being held, but under Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, he doesn't want even a single march under his leadership to be done in Zimbabwe. And also, from the look of things with CAB3, it's quite clear he doesn't want also to contest elections with opposition in Zimbabwe. That is what he has shown. Beyond, I think the legacy of Mnangagwa is actually removing or taking away the rights of the people of Zimbabwe to vote for a sitting president, to vote for their president directly, and gave that right to the members of parliament, which means all the presidents that will have to lead Zimbabwe don't have to have the burden of contesting elections. This is the legacy of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa, as bad as it is in its poorest form. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Mhlabane is signing out. Let me love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side.